Hello, I'm Graham here, and this is Cobourg News.
Hey, skies, but don't put the umbrella away yet, as we're gonna have some more rainfall coming your way.
Buddy? Wow!
Murder suspects taken down.
I'm Graham here for Cobourg News. Because look what it did to the cement side. You can just see here where. Hello, I'm Graham Beer and welcome to Cobourg News. If you look behind me, you can see what happened as the tree fell down yesterday around about 4:24 p.m. as my mom and Judy was walking along the sidewalk to go to see the art down the street. Now, when my mother heard Susan Beer, when my mother heard the cracking of this tree limb right here was falling, she told Judy to run. When my mother was running, Judy was she must have stumbled or something like that, and she fell down onto the ground. I'm not too sure where she fell to on the ground, but she was all muddy, and then she got up and they made their way all the way down the sidewalk. Now this tree limb right here was hanging against this tree right here. Now, and as it was leaning against, we were wondering if the wire that you can see right here would still hang on. Now moments later, after I saw the thing, as I was in my bedroom, and I saw this limb that was leaning against there fall down. As I saw it, I was immediately rushed down outside with my bare feet and was seeing if my mom and Judy was okay. They were fine, but they just missed it. Now, after moments later, about 5 minutes later, what happened was this limb right here came down and had so many limbs, or with leaves and so much stuff on it. It went all the way down here. And as you can see, there's still a lot of stuff, but some of the line clearing people came and has cleaned most of this up. Now, as you if you can't see, but there is a lot of damage in the ground. As you can see, sticks went down into the ground, so there's a lot of holes everywhere. And in a minute, we're gonna go over there to see what happened with the sidewalk. And we're gonna be interviewing Judy and my mother Susan as for their perspectives of what did happen. I'm Graham Beer for Cobourg News. Hello, I'm Graham Beer and welcome back to Cobourg News. You can see right here how this limb came off right here, and this is where it was attached. And you can see it was really hanging on. And for the other one, not as much. We're just here looking of when the tree came down from there. We're just seeing how when it landed right here. And imagine if a person was here, it would have crushed them, because look what it did to the cement sidewalk. Now, when the tree went down, we were very lucky because it did hit the tree that's over there and not the electricity line that went into our neighbor's house right over here. Now, so that was really good, or because that could have snapped and there would be live hydro there, and it would have really, I don't know what could happen. Anyway, so that could have been my mom or Judy right there. So we're happy they're okay. I'm Graham Beer, reporting live for Cobourg News. Coming up next, we're gonna have a playback, of what my mother and Judy experienced. So this is where my mother and Judy was going to the Northumberland Hills studio tour, the second weekend of September, and that's what they were doing on the mission to go to the studio tour, and how they didn't even get up to there, how they got almost hit by a tree. Now I have here Susan and Judy, and how they experienced how the tree fell down almost on them, but they are fine. So yeah, here they are to tell us just a little bit about it. So Mom and Judy, so what did happen?
Well, I'll start a bit.
Okay.
Not that we were walking down the street to go to the studio tour, number 30, and the wind had come up. It was a little windy, but it stopped raining, and the sun was kind of a little, the sun was out a bit.
Yeah.
And we were just walking. Judy was actually busy just quickly looking at the studio brochure, and we got about here. And we heard this horrific crack. And as soon as I heard the crack, I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, Judy, and I did one of these, like, and I was grabbing, I said, Judy, I said the tree is falling. And continue on. Then we'll keep going.
We ran. Susan ran and I ran.
We
and
did kind of this.
And that's where the tree landed.
That's where the tree landed.
And I did this.
I fell here.
And here's Judy.
And I fell here. And that's where the tree landed.
I kept going like this. And I kind of got to about here. I can't remember if I went here. I was about here. And I came over to here like this. And I looked, and Judy was on the ground. And then I screamed. I was like,
where are you, Judy? Where right about me?
Judy, I don't think I was that far. Because
No, you were about here. You went under the tree.
No, because I wasn't, that's right. Because you know what? Because I wasn't, the tree wasn't in my way. Because you were on the ground.
Yeah, so I was about here.
She was about there, and I was about here. I didn't go that far. I think I went here and then under the tree. And then I saw Judy down, and of course then I'm screaming. And then I look, and then Dean and Liz are there. And by this time the wire is like, it's just bouncing. And I'm screaming, and I'm like, Judy, like this, and I go over. And
so Susan helps me up.
So Judy, I help her up.
And then we go over to the other side. We
kind of go over to the other side. Dean and Liz, because we were about there, Judy, then, and Dean and Liz came out of the driveway, and they're like, oh my goodness, what happened? And are you all right? And I'm like, the tree, and we're like, the tree just, like, look at, like, it was just, we were walking,
and then we heard another crack.
And then we stood there, and we heard another. By this time, Graham had ran out. You had ran out down the street in your bare feet, and was standing here, and we were standing here, and then we heard another crack.
And the other half went that way.
Yes. So, and that's what happened. Well, thank you guys for interviewing you. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and we'll be right back. as we're gonna have some more rainfall coming your way.
Buddy? Wow!
Murder suspects taken down.
I'm Graham Beer for Cobourg News. Because look what it did to the cement side. You can just see